The people who receive the call work for an organisation called ARPAM, which is it's the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries of the Generalitat of Catalonia, but that's not important. All the phone calls are for somebody called Anna Oriols. She's a real person too. But the person receiving the message will apologise because Anna's not available, and that person will take the message. Is that clear? Okay. So,
So I guess that's Mr. Anna Oriol.
No, I'm observing. I'm United Nations.
You're not there.
don't worry, all will be revealed. So,
But I don't do nothing, I just watch everybody.
What are you from, Texas?
I don't do nothing.
you are going to phone. And you, it's Alex.
All right.
I'm going to phone.
I want to take your message.
And
I'm taking the message too, right?
you are going to phone. I'll take one.
Take one. A friend?
And you're going to phone.
So not a friend.
So if you haven't got a piece of paper in your hand, you need a pen and a piece of paper in your hand because you're going to be taking the message. So when you answer the call, it'll be, good morning, Arapam, and then you take the message. So are you ready on the count of 5?
Directly when you start speaking?
You want us to do it all at once?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, go.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Sorry, my name is Richard van der Wal, and I'm from ABN Amsterdam Bank in Amsterdam.
Could you please spell that out for me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, my name
You say to the person, you respond in whatever way. You answer or it's being missed by basically, Miss Oriols, I met her at the meeting last week in Lyon. Okay. And she promised me to send some video, but I haven't received it yet.
No problem.
And I was wondering if it
So
was
that's
possible
Mr.
that you
Barnum,
could
Solino,
contact me directly at my office.
Could you please repeat those last 3 letters? Lion
treble 5
IK
0601. My name is Richard.
Okay.
Van der Kolk. That's VAN
dot
DDR
DR. Very good. I will pass along the message.
Okay,
You have spoken
The
to Alex and
call
Anna.
me is between 9 and 11 in the morning.
Yes.
My email is
My email
MONEILL
is RV
AG
The number that you have called is not available.
I'm sorry,
at
can
this
you
moment.
repeat your email address? Okay.
.NE.
I can. It's MON.
Okay, no,
Could you repeat that back to me, please?
That's RV.KK@ITTT.NE.
That's fantastic. Lovely. Thank you
Okay,
kindly.
no problem. We're calling and she'll be back in contact with you as soon as possible.
Lovely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. So that's, let me repeat that, MONEILL @agfish.gov.ie.
Yes, that is indeed.
Yes,
One more time.
thank you. This is why I had to repeat it.
I'm so
Okay,
happy I'm
so-
working on this telephone station.
So I'll be sure she gets the
Now,
message.
this time, if you
Thank
make
you
the
for
call,
calling.
you're going to be receiving the call. And vice versa. So keep that for time being. You need one, don't you?
Alex, could you pass that?
You need one. Bobby, could you give me a scrap of paper, please?
My number.
No, your number is there.
So exactly the same situation. You work for the person receiving the call works for ARPAM. The call is for Anna Oriols. I'm afraid she's not available at the moment. Can I take a message?
To the same people.
To the person who you were speaking to before.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
I'm Raz, how can
Okay.
I
Ring,
help
ring.
you?
Good morning.
Morning.
How
Let's
can I help
speak to
you?
Anna.
Hello, morning.
I'm sorry, but she's
What
not
do you want?
available at the time being.
Yes, hi,
Yes,
I'd like to
my
speak
name
with
is
Miss Anna
Annette
Leon.
Larson.
Mine is very quiet.
And
Why
then
is it
Larson.
Annette Larson. A-double-N.
Yes, my name is Werner
Double-T-E.
Alexi
Larson.
from
Larson.
Citibank Moscow.
With an E.
And I'll be arriving
L-A-R-S-E-N.
on this Friday. And I
And then
would like
call
to
it from
cover
Bang
to
Olufsen.
make
In
arrangements
Denmark.
for our.
My name is
Danny.
Please.
Um,
Yvonne
okay.
Leclerc.
We had a
My
meeting
name is
planned
Igor Alexei
for Wednesday, the 22nd of July,
from
Where?
Citibank Moscow.
concerning Divine Sound System.
And I will be arriving
You're
on
15
Friday.
international.
And I was wondering if she was
Gifted.
available.
I'm afraid we have to
for
put off the
dinner.
meeting
One second.
until the Friday
I'm
24th.
not so sure
Okay.
about
Possible.
Friday. Would you like me?
I'm afraid she's not
Okay,
available at the
Friday
moment. Can I
Yes,
take a
if she could
message?
email me at
Yes, of course.
L-E-R-M-O.
My telephone number
Sorry.
Christmas
is
International. Yes.
00450
It's L-E-R-M-O-N-C
621
M-O-N-C
414
Okay, and your message would be?
697.
at
Okay, perfect. And just in case you get a hold of me,
FinanceNet.ru.
Yes, of course. My email address is larson.
Okay,
Net.
is any day?
Dot A.
.ru.
No, it's
At
fine if it's
B
around.
O
between
Yes, if you can have her
and
email me or contact me as soon as possible.
dot DK.
And
But don't worry, I will call you back.
It's Igor Alexei
She doesn't contact you, then I would.
from
Okay,
Citibank
thank
of
you
Moscow.
very much.
A-L-E-X-E-I-F-F.
Okay, lovely.
From
Would you have
Citibank
another way to
Moscow.
contact
Did you get
you? Our
that?
email address?
Okay, thank you very much, Stephen.
No, the best way would be to call.
To call. Okay, not a problem. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Clerk, and she will contact you shortly.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Bye-bye.
It's easier for you.
Are you joking?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
You're leaning across the table.
Robert and I are.
That was unbelievable.
Hello.
Wait, just a sec. Hang on. I'll give you
Hey, you know what?
your cue.
But
Are
when
you Anna?
went
He's
deeper-
Anna.
When you went deeper, it was easier to understand.
Okay, just a
It's
question.
the pitch.
When you were making the phone call,
Yeah.
did the person who was taking the message repeat the material, the information back to you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
I did.
we did
No,
email
you
you.
did, I did.
Okay, why would we need to? We're good receptionists.
Could you give the piece of paper to the person who took that message so that he or she can check it?
Did I get this?
Okay, so it was for Anna, Yvonne Leclerc. Go on. I
No, it's
spelled
at the
Yvonne
bottom,
wrong, but there
But
you
it's
go.
the
Oh,
country
oh,
code.
oh, I
You're
see.
the-
Europe Gifting International, yes.
I got, you said Martin O'Neill. I got
2015
Martin
Christmas institutional
O'Neill.
gifts, yes. Time between 10 and 11, yes.
100% correct?
But the
Double three, one,
email
zero,
address is
seven,
100%
zero,
correct.
six.
One
Correct.
mistake.
Which one, and what was it?
The damn Iliopoulou, I forgot the P.
No?
I spelled Yvonne wrong, but I got the name right.
Well,
I got everything, the email
No,
address is correct,
Yeah.
but I got Olido instead of
No,
O'Neill.
put your name.
I do have a confession.
I guess we're
On the telephone number, I was
reading.
reading.
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. This didn't work. This is Anna.
Hello.
Good morning, Anna.
Jesus, we live in a properly.
Any messages for me?
How was your gay parade weekend?
Any messages for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
You have several.
Wait,
Everybody shout at once. Yeah, we have the message room.
What have you got for me?
Yes, I have Igor Alexei calling from the Citibank Moscow who would like to meet with you on Friday for dinner.
Okay, if he phones again, then I'll come back to him.
You come back to him, you get back to him.
You will
I'll
call
do something back to him.
Okay. Call or email.
I'll get in touch.
I have a message from Yvonne Leclerc from Europe Gifting International regarding a simple phone call. Could you return a call around 10 a.m., whatever day is convenient with you, but make sure it's around 10.
Did she leave a number?
Yes, of course. And it's regarding the 2015 Christmas gifts, the
Okay.
institutional Christmas gifts.
Get about the number and I'll phone her back.
No problem, I'll forward it to you.
I have a message from Richard van der Volk, who was calling in relation to a meeting we had in Lyon, which you were supposed to send some video links, and he was concerned that he hadn't actually received them yet. So I have his telephone number and his email address. If you
Okay,
want to phone him
if he
between
phones back
10 and 11.
or send him a message, we have sent it. It's lost in the post somewhere, or it'll arrive any day soon.
Okay, is it possible we could
It's been
send it
sent.
again by email,
Okay.
perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have a message from Maeno Iliopoulou, calling from the Athens
Sorry,
City
who?
Council. Maeno Iliopoulou.
Can you spell that
Spoke to
for
them
me?
last week.
Can you spell that for me?
Iliopolou.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, well,
Okay.
yeah.
Calling from the Athens City Council in Greece concerning some
No,
documents.
I'm not talking to Greeks.
Ah, okay. Never mind. I will give you the email address and you can inform them yourself.
Did you not get
Not
the
here,
memo?
okay. Gone fishing.
About some documents concerning the loans they were supposed to receive that they have not received yet. So would you please forward the documents to their email address
Okay,
again?
if he phones again, you haven't seen me yet, but you will give me the message as soon as you see me.
Very well.
Okay, I have a message from Martin O'Neill, and he is having some problems regarding the minimum size for sales of live salmon. And I have the
What kind of job does this woman do?
I have the email, I have her email or his email address, and he would like for you to get back to him as soon as you can.
Okay, if he phones again, I will do, and today I'll get back to it.
Why does every morning start with fish?
Yeah, there's a
This is
recurring
trout.
theme here.
Today it's salmon.
Where we go?
My message.
That means
No, it's Tess.
My message.
Oh, me.
Good.
Oh,
Doesn't Daniel have a message for me?
Yeah, he did.
He
He
gave
did
it
give
to you.
you.
Oh, yeah, I remember it. Okay.
good morning, Anna.
Someone wants to work here.
You received a phone call a few minutes ago from Annette Larson from the Danish Bang & Olufsen office. She's calling regarding a meeting that you have set up in the next 3 weeks on July 22nd. She is unable to come then, and she wanted to know if it would be possible to reschedule for the following Friday, which would be the 24th of July. It would be regarding the supplying of sound systems for their internal office communications. I have all of her contact information. She said she will call within the next hour. Would you like me
Okay.
to transfer the call
If she
directly?
phones back, just say, I'm only free at 3.
Only free.
No
at
other
3.
time possible.
Okay,
That's fine, that
I'll let
works
her
for
know.
me.
So,
Can we get some freebies from that?
Okay.
Thank you very much,
I've
Aaron.
exhausted my creativity there.
Yeah. Right, so what were we doing there? We were practicing speaking and listening in a difficult situation. This activity is called bad line, and 6 is a great number. 8 is becoming 8. It descends into chaos. 4 is also good. Of course, the teacher can be one of the people, him or herself, and this is guaranteed to crack up the most straight-laced insurance brokers you can, possibly imagine anywhere in the world. And then, with learners, what you do is you kick up. When you give the piece of paper, what were the pieces of information that were not correctly communicated? So that's where you have to do some patching up. And this was one or two names that were wrong. It's Mago, not Mano, and Van der Kolk, not Van der Kolk, whatever it was. Yeah, but you did pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Van der Dol, not Van der.
Van der Kolk, yeah. An alternative to that little output task you did at the end, where you recreated the message, whereas a teacher you can work with some prompt, would be that, okay, Anna's not here. What do? You send her a little email. Hi, and it's an internal email, so it's going to be reasonably chatted. Hello, Anna. Depending who you are in the company and the power of distance between you. Martin O'Neill called from the Irish. Where were you from?
Of the Irish Agriculture.
Agriculture and Fisheries Board. Yeah. These situations were plausible for people who work in the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, because a lot of their work is at the European level. At the application of European regulations, so English is their main working language. Nice activity.
Very interesting. I like
Yeah.
that.
So they need to try that on a Spanish internal flight.
So very easy to prepare. Just make it really easy. The phone calls are all for the same person. Well, varying to see different people in the company. Fine, but he or she is not there. Okay, let's just look at this slide. You're going to do this dialogue. And I'm going to ask you to read it out. Just like that.
At that speed or just like that?
Well, actually, so I'd like you to do it with the person sitting opposite you. Yeah, Anna, you have to sit this way. They're sitting opposite you, and I want you to do it exactly with these words and with the kind of voice that is suggested to you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, okay.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, right.
Again?
This is chaotic for some your receptionist and the other
I want
guy.
to speak to Alf Johnson.
What?
Go.
I want to speak to Alf
Lucas
Johnson.
Limited, what do you want?
Come on, son.
Alf Johnson?
What?
Leave it
You
I
can't.
want to speak to Alf Johnson.
What?
I want to speak to Alf Johnson.
You can't, he's gone out.
Damn. When's he coming back?
I don't know. What
Who are
do
you?
you want? You have to bring
Spell
back.
it.
I don't want to. Tell him to call me.
Number?
Mr. Chalmers.
Send them a message.
CHILMERS.
Number.
733-9090.
Right.
Right.
Great, fantastic.
That's a perfect Catalan job, did you? That's normal.
Okay, so
It's a bit polite.
Yeah, a little bit.
so now I want you to do it again, following the same skeleton, but make it acceptably. Yes.
Okay.
At the same time.
Lucas Limited.
Come
How
on,
may I
no,
help you?
We should do it individually.
Oh.
Okay, how about you two?
Fine, no problem.
Yeah.
Good morning, Lucas Limited. How can I help you?
Can I possibly speak to Alf Johnson, please?
I'm sorry. So what? That just confuses me.
I was like, what?
Start again.
Good morning, Lucas Limited. How can I help you?
Could I possibly speak to Alf Johnson, please?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
And is it possible to speak to Alf Johnson?
I'm afraid he's out of the office at the moment.
Can I take this? Okay.
Oh, that's a pity. When is he supposed to be due back?
I'm not sure today, but is it possible that you could call us back later this afternoon?
I'm supposed to be out later. Is it possible for him to call me on my mobile?
I don't see that as being a problem. Could I please take your name?
Yeah, it's Mr. Chalmers.
Okay, could you spell that for me, please?
Yeah, no problem at all. It's CHALMERS.
Okay, that's fantastic, Mr. Chalmers. And please, could I take your telephone number?
No problem. It's 733-9090.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. I'll get him to call you.
Thank you very much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Good. Okay, so the good thing
Talk
about
about I call you Mr. Chalmers.
Yeah, what I said.
good thing about this is learners, even at a kind of A2 level, will realise that there's something terribly wrong with this dialogue, and it's not in the English; it's in the register. Yeah.
Mm.
It's
And
funny.
so, okay, you made it quite sophisticated. I'd like you now. Can I ask?
That's another.
Tessa, can I ask you to do, but B1 learners, yes, low, mid, intermediate learners, in the kind of language that you would be kind of inputting for them.
Okay.
All right.
Lucas Limited, can I help you?
Yes. Can I speak to Alf Johnson?
Excuse me?
Can I speak to Alf Johnson?
It's okay. We'll make it like the target language for B1 students. Yeah.
He is not here now. He is not here now.
Oh, okay. When?
Okay, so if the learner did that, then I would probably interrupt and say, okay, that's not bad, but it would be even better to say, I'm afraid he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid he's in a meeting. Yeah, something which is accessible for a learner. So let's just go back to again, please, Tess.
He's not here. I'm afraid he's at a meeting.
Oh, okay. When is he going to return?
I am not sure. Can you please telephone later?
I don't think I can. Can you ask him to call me?
Yes, I can. What is your name, please?
My name is Mr. Chalmers.
How do
Okay,
you...
so I might stop in it. I might work on his pronunciation. My name is, but my name, yeah. let's say, could I have your name rather than what's your name? Could I have your name?
Can you please spell that?
CHA. IRS.
What is your phone number, please?
Yes, my phone number is 733 9090.
Okay, thank you.
That was authentic, right? Yes.
All right, well done. Okay, when you do a needs analysis, one of the things that almost always comes up is telephoning. And why is telephoning so tough?
Because you can't see the people, so I think a lot of communication for non-natives at a lower level is nonverbal.
Yeah.
It's spontaneous as well. Yes.
Yeah. It's also you're dealing with tone, whereas when you see the person's face, you like Tess says, it's non-verbal. So basically, you can't read the person how they're speaking to you. You have to understand how they're speaking to you.
And probably there's the added pressure of exactly that, of taking down information and being afraid to get the information wrong. So you're already, conditioning your mind to going, oh God.
Yeah, one letter that's wrong, one digit that's wrong on an email or phone number means that the message doesn't get through. Yeah. What else?
And I think they're quite conscious of time. They feel like a lot of pressure to answer very quickly because the person, like if we're having a conversation and I understand, they can read that in your face. So the other person is kind of waiting. Whereas on the phone, it's like, hello, did you understand what I said? People are quite impatient.
And people tend to be ruder on the telephone also. We have that from reception here. Some parents like, hey, and then they come here and say, hey.
Yeah. They hang up at the door.
More things.
You can lose words in a conversation on the telephone very easily.
Yeah.
There's a bad connection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially if it's a mobile or if it's a WhatsApp call.
And then you get to teach breakdown in communication.
Yeah.
And we've been cut off. What about telephoning?
Yeah. Probably. Why it's a challenge?
Yeah, even native people
often
don't really like speaking.
And you don't know who you're talking to, so you also, I suppose, sometimes in face-to-face you don't know either, but you feel a bit more judged, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's different.
Yeah.
They're only judging based on what you say, not how you look, not how you act.
Yeah, so there are questions of face involved. You're representing yourself, your company, your department, maybe even your country. All of those things have an impact, and it's happening in real time. You mentioned the thing about people being a bit impatient. So you've got you've almost no time to think, and then of course there's infinite variety of accents. Accents that you may be quite unfamiliar with. People who speak too fast, especially if they're native speakers. Yeah.
Well, you get to teach, could you speak slower, please? I'm so sorry, I do not speak English very well.
Yeah.
Please bear with me.
Yeah. It has no effect. They say okay, and they carry on exactly the same.
And they increase the volume.
Especially,
especially
if they're Americans or if they're native English speakers, many students, and I've seen this too, they have said that they are not, if they're native English speakers, they're not tolerant, they're not patient. They're not understanding of the fact that they are, talking to a foreigner.
I also think that that's a lot to do with the person's confidence when, if you're taking the message, for example, I always teach the students to control the conversation. You ask the questions that you need answered. Not if you let the person go, they just go gobble, 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 gobble. And it's just like, no. You need to take the information. This person needs you to take the information correctly. So therefore, just control the conversation. You ask the conversations and sort of just try and get that, not hierarchy, but just that sort of high ground. Get the upper, the upper hand, so that you just like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need this. Is there anything else you need to tell me? Yeah. And I try to teach them that, because otherwise they do get properly railroaded.
All right. It's interesting that you use the word control. there, and because of all of these things, we call them control language. So basically, what she's doing here on the left-hand side is she's not Alf Johnson, so she's not going to answer the Alf Johnson questions or give the Alf Johnson information, but she's controlling the phone call enough to get the information that she needs. Yeah. So when we did that the second time, what were they doing that was different?
Really controlling themselves not to use.
Well, so what were these four people doing that wasn't in the first version of the dialogue?
We're improvising.
Embellishing it.
Well, you were not exactly
No, we're not improvising, decorating.
decorating.
And formalizing our language.
Being more careful.
Yeah, you were being more.
And also
Polite.
being more polite, but also there was a certain pause to each interaction in the conversation, whereas when you're reading it as it is now, you just go for it and it's nonstop and you have an intonation to your voice, whereas when they were doing it, there was like a polite pause between each thing, whether it's out of politeness or, because your level is really bad.
But, so the main thing we were doing was touching up the register to make it more appropriate or neutrally professional. Okay, if you're a teacher and you're working in a situation like this, apart from working on the register of politeness, you would also be working on what other things? Yeah.
Pronunciation.
Yeah.
Numbers, alphabet.
Exactly. When you need to get the alphabet right, you need to get the numbers right. This is quite a simple one. Yeah.
That's a good exercise.
So as we said a few minutes ago, as we said yesterday, a high degree of accuracy in numerology and alphabet is necessary from the very, very beginning. Last year, I had a couple of classes at a company called Pellostop, and I noticed they're here actually, and because that was their central office there, and they had telephonists there who were sort of A1 level of English. And they're getting more and more calls from people who are English speakers, not necessarily natives, but English speakers who could be from a Gulf state, could be from Russia, who want to get prize, who want laser hair removal. And so, the key thing to work on with those learners was the alphabet numbers, and times. Times for making appointments or changing, getting the name exactly right. And I ended up giving them a kind of script, almost, that was in a sense a bit above their level. I mean, I brought it down as much as I could, but so that it sounded minimally effective.
But eventually, I mean, regardless of how their level is at the beginning, if they've done this script 20 times a day for 3 days, that script is in their brain.
Exactly. That's what you were doing.
We spoke about it yesterday, didn't we? About giving the people the tool to do their job, whether they understand it or not, almost.
I have a question about giving scripts though. Is there, especially on the phone, is there a danger of maybe their level is A2, B1, but you kind of give them this polite, more natural English script, and then the person on the phone thinks, it keeps the phone and they're like, oh, and they're like,
Okay.
But you have to teach them to be aware, because a lot of students, I think, when they have a set phrase, they're like, okay, I'm just going to say this, and they're not really listening to what the other person is asking. So it's to have that awareness, but they might ask you a different question to the one that I've
Probably yes.
So to be aware, you can have a different reason.
That's the reason that I teach people to try to control the conversation.
Yeah.
Because if you ask the question, these are the possible answers that you should expect.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for the teachers. Is it okay to teach your students, if they're talking on the phone, to start out with, I'm sorry, I don't speak English very well, and then start their script? Or is it?
I think it's okay.
I don't say that. I don't say apologize to start with.
I wouldn't do it if they don't understand. Can you please repeat that again? I have
Once something has happened.
English.
I wouldn't start with
But not the first thing.
I think it's fine to say, but not the first thing that you say.
I agree, because as somebody just said, phones,
Especially if you're-
people can be quite aggressive on
That's because I do this.
Hi, Alpha Banking. My English isn't very good.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I
So you put me
mean.
on somebody, just speak for all English then, you get an aggressive reaction, well, can I speak, can I speak to your master then?
Manager, I am the manager.
Yes.
Right, a slightly more complex situation now, this is, somebody's phoning a railway station in the UK, getting.
Good luck with that.
Sorry?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, getting information about if the train is on time, what time the train departs from this place. There are all the trains that depart from Birmingham New Street. The person who calls wants to know what time they arrive, what platform the train leaves from, and the price of the second class single and the first class single. So it's slightly more complex than this because there's an exchange of information, and the language focus here, depending on the level of students, could well be indirect questions. Could you tell me? So this time you're on, and we'll have yellow, and yellow.
Thank you.
And it'll be you two together. The pink.
On top of you?
Together.
Or I'm
What have you got?
Pink and you together.
Okay.
Intercity service from Birmingham New Street Authority.
But are you phoning for information or are you?
It's remote dialing any Yeah, that's like the phone call scenario.
Exactly. So
But we'd have like the same information.
you have the opposite information. So the person who
I'm observing.
Are you observing? Okay.
keep out the person who's yellow will make the first phone call, and he or she will have to complete that information.
So you're looking to complete the information that you don't
All
have.
the information.
So it's like station
Oh.
to station. It's not a customer to the station.
No, well, it's a customer who's got to organise some journeys by train, from this place for a number of guests.
Basically, to fill in the blank.
No, so the person who's the yellow is making the first call. After that's finished, the person who's pink will make. the
But we
call.
only do one at a time, or you want?
No, the
everything?
yellow gets all of the information that's missing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, ding, ding, ding.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you phoning first?
No, you're phoning me first. Intercity services from Birmingham. How can I help you?
Hello, I wanted a little bit of information, please.
Yes, of course.
Okay. I want to go to Manchester, Piccadilly,
Yes.
and I wanted to know what the price of a second class ticket would be for a single.
That would be £49.75.
Okay. And for first class?
The first class, that would be £74.62.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you also give me some information for Liverpool, Lime Street Station?
Absolutely.
That's second class, single ticket.
Second class single ticket.
Platform 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Which one?
Back to Manchester.
Okay, tell me.
Manchester second class single ticket would be £41.
Manchester 41, 00.
00, and
Okay.
first class would be 61.50.
Okay, perfect.
And the other ones, who are they? They're Liverpool.
And the other one to Liverpool, yes.
Okay, let's start again, shall we?
Okay.
So Liverpool 74.62.
Correct for first class.
And for second class,
49.75.
49.75. And for Manchester, you said £41 and 0 pence. And the first class?
And the first class, £61.50.
£61.50. Okay, I need a couple more if possible. Could you give me the second class and the first class prices, please, for Derby?
For Derby, the second class ticket for Derby would be £29.25.
Yes, you're sure about that, are you?
Yes, I am.
And for the first
The
class?
first class, £43.87.
Okay. And for Newcastle Central?
Newcastle Central, second class ticket £45.
Yes.
And first class, £67.50.
Okay. 11:50. I have one more. Could you tell me about Glasgow Central, please?
Of course, Glasgow Central, second class single is £48.50.
Yes.
And the first class, £72.75.
Can you repeat that for me?
£72.75.
Okay. Which platforms do they leave from? The Manchester, for example.
Manchester Piccadilly leaves from platform 10.
Okay. Liverpool?
The same platform, platform 10.
Okay. Derby?
Derby, platform 7.
Okay. Newcastle Central?
Newcastle Central leaves from platform 9.
And Glasgow?
And Glasgow again from platform 10.
Okay. I need some departure and arrival time.
Of course.
For Manchester.
For Manchester Piccadilly, the departure time would be 8:05 in the morning.
8:05.
If you're working,
Arrival.
if you're working with the information, you probably wouldn't say 8:05. You probably say
8:05.
Yeah,
8:05.
8:05. And the arrival would be at 9:58.
9:58. Okay. Could you tell me for Liverpool, please?
For Liverpool, the departure is 9:25 in the morning.
Yeah.
And the arrival is 11:25.
11:25. Okay, for the case of Derby.
Derby, the
Departure
departure 10:25.
10:25.
And the arrival 11:15.
11:15. Okay, Newcastle?
Newcastle Central, departure 9:40.
Yeah.
And arrival 12:59.
Okay.
Just in time for lunch.
And the last one, Glasgow Central.
Glasgow Central leaves at 8:30 in the morning
Yeah.
and arrives at 12:57.
12:57. Are they all on time or are there any delays that you know of?
Let me see. Manchester and Liverpool are on time.
Okay.
Derby is delayed.
By how much?
7 minutes.
Okay.
Newcastle is also delayed
Yeah.
by 12 minutes.
Okay.
And Glasgow Central is on time.
Thank you very, very much.
You're very welcome. Okay.
Are you going to phone me now? Yeah?
I'm going to call you. All right. Okay, good morning.
Hi.
No, sorry, ring, ring.
Yes.
I was,
Can I help you?
yes, I'm after quite a little bit of information. I was hoping you could help me.
Okay.
First, I would need to know the prices of quite a few second class and first class single tickets.
Okay.
Let's start with London Euston.
Okay. Which one would you like?
The second class ticket first, please.
£45.50.
Okay, and the first class ticket?
£68.25.
Perfect. How about Bristol? What would be the price of a second class ticket?
Temple-Mead?
Yes.
Okay, that's £30.25 for the second class single
Okay.
and £45.37 for the first class single.
Okay, thank you. Edinburgh, Waverley?
£54.75 for the second class.
Yes.
£82.12 for the first class.
Thank you. And finally, Exeter St. David's?
£47.75 for the second class.
Yep.
And £71.62 for the first class.
Thank you very much. Shall we move to the platforms? Which platform does London leave from?
Platform 4.
Platform 4. Bristol?
Platform 1.
Okay. Edinburgh?
Platform 7.
Okay. And finally, Exeter?
Platform 9.
9. Thank you very much. Would it be possible to have the departure and arrival times?
Yes.
Can you pay attention to it, please?
I'm waiting on. Which time would you like? Departure?
Departure and arrival for London Euston?
7:45.
Okay. And the arrival?
9:20.
Thank you very much. How about Bristol?
Bristol, 9:05.
Yes.
Is the departure. And 11:05 is the arrival.
Okay.
I think the point is made.
I still have a lot of information. I'm planning a trip here.
Okay.
We needed a couple of
What did you notice?
It was interesting. One of the big things I noticed was the way Alex and Smith were attacking the manner in which they were getting the information. They went through the train numbers first and the arrival times, and then they said, okay, shall we move on to the platform numbers instead of doing train, time, platform, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of categorized the information.
They're vertically.
central.
Yes, and that was interesting because I think it gave clarification. Train arrival time, boom. Platform time, boom. So it wasn't like, it wasn't horizontal.
That's unrealistic.
Why?
Because you must wait, you asked for 5 different trains.
No. What we did was, okay, so.
I need a lot of
I
information
need
on
a lot of
various
information
trains.
on various things concerning various things. So we started with the
Okay.
prices of second class and then first class.
Okay.
Then we went to the platforms, then we went to departure times and arrivals, and then we went to remarks.
But it is possible
Because-
that somebody calling, they could be asking, looking at a chart and
It could be the sense if you have someone coming in for a conference, for example. Like if you have 5 people coming in for a conference and you have to pick them up.
Still fairly unrealistic.
Thing is, all the price information is in one place. So I
Yeah.
don't want it to
Yeah.
jump from platform and then somewhere else.
Because you got all different destinations.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
the
but
point, my
it's
point
like,
is, my
yeah,
point
right,
is
so
that
looking at it like
we
that.
should point out to
We're looking
the
at it
students
like that.
Yeah,
that
but you.
they can come in
So,
different.
excuse me.
My point is that we should, it is interesting to point out to the students that the caller can be working in a different dynamic,
Mhm.
not just what you expect.
Yeah.
So prepare them that, this can happen.
In terms of language,
There are crazy people out there.
In terms of language, it was a lot of good morning, very polite, and then a lot of modals. Would you like the arrival time? Could you give me the information? Da, da, da. And also very good. Like, is there anything else? And positive. Tess gave a lot of positive feedback. She said, "You've been very helpful."
And that's because I was very helpful.
She gave a lot of positive, you've been very helpful, thank you very much. Also, there were some, Alex, I noticed did a little, he kind of did an introductory. Hello, good morning, I'm planning a trip, I need quite a bit of information. Can we start with this? And then kind of ordering, and as you were saying, controlling the conversation.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be him controlling, it should be him.
Well, there was that language.
But I'm in control.
Well,
He works for a client.
Well, I can only give him the information he asks me for.
And there was a lot
he
of
controls.
sequencing. There was all of the pairs they did. First, I would like blah, 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 blah. And then da, 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 da. So you had connectors and linkers that were sequencing the conversation. And finally, da, 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 which was also gave control and order. And as a language learner, this is interesting. Gives clarity and order as the person providing the information, but also person inquiring for the information.
One thing, I don't know if I wasn't listening to everybody else, one thing that we did is we preempted the next question. Would you like the platform number?
Yeah.
We preempted that loads. It's like the person is asking for a lot of information. They're asking you everything about it.
Yeah.
So you just preempt it to speed the conversation.
Is that realistic? Does British Air do that?
I've no idea. I don't travel by train.
I don't think they offer, they don't volunteer information.
No.
Well,
You've got to
if
really
imagine
ask
them.
you have questions on different things, I think that would be realistic, yeah.
Also, what was
That's a nice
interesting,
thing.
also what was interesting as a native speaker and as a Spanish learner, a second language learner, the manner in which everyone spoke, there was a lot of for example, the time reference of the Manchester arrives at at 8:05. Departs at 8:05 a.m. 8:05 a.m. or p.m. Kind of that. Doing the end of like the question, it's like a sent phrase, but having that a question tag at the end, using that because that's common. Yeah, it's in the intonation, and as a second language learner, I wouldn't understand that, but as a native speaker, we do that all the
No, I
time.
think
Yeah.
they do from the intonation. They generally know it's a question.
Yes,
But yeah, no, probably they would know, but I don't know if they would know how to use it
It's
well.
question.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Depending on their level, you know?
yeah.
I think one thing you could do to preempt that, if you're setting this up as a teacher, is saying, okay, you say it's this time in the morning, and this person is out inquiring about the next train to these places. Because obviously, from somewhere like Birmingham New Street, there are 25 trains a day to London Euston, whatever. Okay.
And also, I'm sorry,
Go on.
Alex I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah,
Can I,
Collocation.
yes,
first one, right off the bat.
yes.
And
You small charts, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. as teachers, what are the things that the students are going to be able to, what are the things that the students will need
Yeah,
to be able to do this task well?
yeah.
What,
Knowledge of questions and model groups.
yeah, so, right, so direct and perhaps indirect questions.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be all that common to say, what time is the next? You say, could you tell me, would be standard, can you tell me? Okay, that's one thing, or two things. Next.
Timings and prices.
Yeah, so there are two different aspects of numbers.
Numbers.
But how you say prices. And
What's the time and what's the price?
Yeah, okay, so that's £48.75, not £48.75.
Or not 48.75.
Yeah, £48.75. Wow, 4,800. Yeah. So it's important. It's important so that they know how to say a price, whether it's pounds, dollars, or euros. It's going to be the same. Yeah?
But here's where you come against like British English and American English. It's like, for example, I think Americans would say, it's a 68.25.
Yeah.
Whereas a British person would say that's £68.25.
Yeah.
So like I tried to teach both.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
the only thing, I think the key for me is to get them to stop saying, £68.25.
Yeah.
You add all the and 25.
Anything else that they're going to need?
Rather than jumping between British and American, I think we need to clarify that they are both available, and you need to know both ways of saying it, because you might expect a British and Americans on the other end of the
People
phone.
travel.
So they need to understand that there's two versions of everything that we're teaching.
Yeah, but they're not very far apart. Millions of people Americans successfully buy tickets in the UK and vice versa.
I think it's important to confirm every piece of information that you're given.
Yes.
Don't just assume that price. Are you saying 48.25, 48 pounds 25? In that way.
Yeah, and again, you can personalize this. This is fictitious. I did check the prices a couple of years ago when I last updated this, but what you could do is get something from with your students, get something something of their prices.
I think they have to, like, one of the keys is whoever's giving the information has to know the material, their own material really well, dominate it.
Sure.
Another thing that you could also do with higher level students, which is something that Daniel did, was to explain why the trains are delayed. Make it more complicated.
Yeah.
Signal failure.
There's a dog on the tracks.
I
can apologize for it.
No, yeah, but you said the Derby one is delayed due to the fact that the Bristol one has a 10-minute delay, so we'll see if we can, whatever.
Really? That's what you want?
Company
Dog on the tracks, man.
Sorry?
No, I was just gonna say, I have the same as this, but for booking a plane.
Oh, okay.
So it's like first class, second class.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do all of them.
And it's like a whole thing.
Like even like booking a taxi or anything.
Yeah.
It's cool,
Could you look at the telephoning handout in your notes?
Telephoning handout.
2 pages there.
Just in time, perfect timing. I trade my stock well.
You've got, we're getting dinner.
No dinner for you tonight.
I whispered it.
I'm gonna tell Monse you said that.
No, but which page were we showing?
Telephoning.
Telephoning. I came in, I saw you all with your pad, I thought, oh no, idiot. Let it come. Okay. Where are we?
It's quite far in.
There you go. There we go.
Could you read the handout?
Oh, read it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I was just fascinated that you had Windows at work.
Do you think it's a good idea? You put translation of common phrases. How effective do you think that is?
For fixed expressions of telephones, there's, I think it's worth knowing, this equates to that.
Because I find because there's between especially like things like this, English people are compared to like particularly Spanish cultures, like Italian culture, like super polite, and they're like, we would never say this in Spanish unless I was speaking to like the president, for example.
Yeah.
So for me, like translation, it's like it's not really realistic to how they would use it in their native language.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just see that straight off the bat how they pick up. Like in England or in the US, it would be like, good morning. Here it would be like dime or si or digam or,
My wife works in the bank and she answers the phone like that.
Yeah.
She does, you do realize that she sees your number.
Oh, she doesn't say limit to me, does she? She just goes, hello darling, what do you want? No, you haven't got any money, piss off.
There you go. At least you got a darling.
No, it's a fascinating area, but I mean, I think you just need to explore that with the students. If you are dealing with, native speakers of English, then these are things you need to consider. Because you may, if you're saying what you normally say in Spanish or Catalan, and just doing an equivalent of that of English, you will come across as aggressive, and you will be giving people a message that is unintentional, and they will be offended, and you won't know why, because your English is correct. You were back with Chalmers the charmer,
No, absolutely.
Okay, any other thoughts emerging from those 2 pages of the handout?
No, just some good kind of phrasal verbs like chasing up, setting up, making an appointment, fixing an appointment. Yeah, just small details.
Yeah. This is a little dialogue I did for the Pelostop people.
I quite like this one, sorry. They are not at the mercy of the caller.
Yeah,
quite like that.
Absolutely. Well, it comes back to the control thing that you did there before. Yeah. Okay, so there's a little dialogue that I did for an intermediate group of Pelostop, the laser hair removal people. And it was a realistic situation for them. Somebody has an appointment and they're changing their appointment. How this was the target dialogue. I'll let you read that for a second. Looks like the name is different.
Yeah.
I've changed this a couple of times. Isabel Jordan. So how do you think I presented that to the learners? Typical thing, chopped it up, put it in the right order, so they're processing the language at a deeper level. They may not understand exactly what each expression is, but they know more or less where it fits in, the construction of the dialogue. Yeah, and then there's lots of work on questions. Yeah. There are, polite, can I speak to? Would you like to? Yeah, exactly. And language that, the people who are doing this need to know, fully booked, fit you in. And also, of course, the checking the information. Yeah, fine. That's 7:45 in the morning. Tomorrow, Madrid joggers. Final checking of the location, because they got they did even calls hundreds of offices and the time. And is there anything else? Yeah, so, yeah, lots of unusual. You remember this one that you saw this briefly yesterday? When I was staying with some friends in Brisbane, in Australia, and I thought, I can use that, I can use that. And so I thought, God, that's a role play. Oops, that always happens. Just multiple copies on the same sheet. So this role, Allied Express, and the client. And I'm throwing a spanner into the works here.
It's cool because it is kind of, the client is in the right, but you have to try and make him see your perspective and apologize and be correct.
Yeah.
So that's something that generally Spanish people and Catalan people don't really accept.
Yeah. So and
in my experience.
And so and there was the target dialogue. Again, my name's Richard Booker, and you try and.
Will we get copies of this stuff or not? It's yours.
What she's saying is, can we steal it?
I don't mind you taking this. But in a sense, there's no. It's easy to do. Just think, okay, because Richard my friend Richard received this, and then he made a phone call, and I was listening to him, and I was thinking, okay, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what the other person is saying.
And for its everyday situations that you can just make and adapt.
And yesterday we were talking about functions of language. When people pick up a telephone, they always have some function. I'm making this call, to get information about train prices, or I need to ask Alf Johnson a question, or I need to apologise, or I need to change the Yorgos Malakias, who phones Pelostop, to change an appointment. There's always some function to a phone call. Almost always. Never say always.
I saw a dental receptionist who suffered from kind of a lack of confidence when dealing with English, and she has a lot of English clients, and one or two of them can be a little bit sort of overbearing and a little bit rude if you don't speak English well. And she really, really suffered, and we just nailed. And I said, have you not noticed that every single conversation is more or less the same thing? You're getting asked the same questions time after time. It's your job. It's what you do. This person is not going to phone you up and ask to book a taxi or a hotel room. You're a dental receptionist, so you're going to get the same conversation day in, day out.
Yeah. Okay.
And as soon as she realised that, she's like, oh yeah, you're right. Every conversation just repeats with the similar things, just different details.
Yeah. So I use that with exactly that with the students, because this is a class I had last year, JF Hillebrand, drinks logistics company, and they ship bottles all around the world. And I got them to script their phone calls. What are the typical phone calls that you make? And the typical phone calls that you receive. Just write them. And anything you don't know how to say in English, just put it in Spanish or Catalan, and we'll work on that, and we'll zap that. So this is something that Gemma in that class wrote. This is her. She wrote this without, there's nothing from me. This is her script of a typical phone call. Reefer is the correct word. Yeah.
Of course, he.
I'd like to receive the price.
Yeah. Come on. I think the prices for Reaper are really expensive.
Okay, so what do you think of this first draft from Gemma?
I think it's
Pretty
too
good.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I would,
Pretty
one
good.
of my students wrote this, I would.
You'd be quite happy.
Wow.
It's pretty good in terms of accuracy, isn't it? I mean, and it's communicatively effective. It's okay, it's a little bit awkward in one or two places.
The point of discharge. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Correct,
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Unload, discharge.
Yeah, like thanks.
You
but
just
I
have
need the
discharge as a
person
secondary
before I
meaning
pick it up.
also.
Okay, so that was what I got from her, and then, the next, so the next day, we came back at it this way. And basically, all the way through, okay, so you're just working only on the areas that needed work. Okay, number 13, for example, typical thing, I'll be waiting for your news. Okay, Spanish, what's the expression in English?
It's better than I wait for you.
Yeah, so, and so, Gemma and her classmate think, oh, well, hang on, yeah, what is that there? So looking forward to whatever. And they work, and if they can't get it, then I'll input it. But yeah, even here, I'm trying to get them to, to get the learner to be involved as much as possible. Okay, all right, you tell me, number 6, what's the difference between website and web page? And number 10, was, where is number 10?
And I'll send you the quotation.
I will send you the quotation, yeah. Yeah, okay, quotation's okay.
Quick question, like just on number 1, maybe a stupid point, but use of contractions. I think in general conversation, I'm all in favor of use of contractions. I think probably on the phone or in business, I would be against use of contractions for a very simple reason, especially in conversation. Spanish or Catalan speakers don't tend to put the emphasis on the T in can't. And you very quickly can assume that they're saying can when in fact they are saying cannot.
That's a very tricky phonological.
So
That's a
in that
problem.
case, like in these terms, I encourage them not to use abbreviations.
Contractions.
Sorry, contractions. Yeah.
Well, okay, my policy is different. I would say it sounds a bit awkward to say I will check, say I'll check. The point is, for Gemma, it's not tragic if she continues to say I will check. But what's important for Gemma is she won't hear it.
Right.
Anybody phoning her is going to say I'll check.
I'll check. Yeah.
So that's the main thing that she understands the message. People will understand you if you say I will. It's a bit awkward, but that's not. It's going to communicate.
No, I think that, I always recognize, know what these contractions are, and that's really important. But I think that when it comes to business or doing business, sometimes there can be a mini confusion, more specifically with I can or I can't.
So this was a class that was sort of B2, C1, and what I do with slightly lower level class, I get they write out the script of their predictable everyday phone conversations, and they can write that in Spanish or Catalan, or they can actually write it in half and half. Write what you do know in English and write the rest in your own language, and that will be our starting point. So we're working on the phone conversations that you need rather than things which are in a course book. Here's a slightly more complex situation. This was for the futures and options market. There was a conference called EACH, which is the European Association of Clearing Houses. Rolls off the tongue mighty, doesn't it? And so this was the dialogue they first had to put in order.
What do they do? Clearing houses, what, they empty the houses or they move them over?
Relocation.
No.
Bonds and shares.
It's a futures and options. It's like a stock exchange.
It's like it was a physical house.
No. So this was the situation that, and the person who was in charge of the logistics was upper intermediate learner called Sonia.
For intermediate, this is really good.
No, I wrote this.
Oh, okay.
It's quite
I was
confusing.
gonna say, I was like, that's really natural.
Not bad. No, exactly, for pre-intermediate, that's really good.
And you wrote this to give it to her as a sort of a skeleton.
No, the first thing they had to do was I gave them a cut up version of this,
And then they had to put it in
and they had to
order.
put it in order.
It's quite a long one though to give us a kind of, I can imagine it's quite confusing because it starts off by asking about the name, and it talks about, I can see that this could take quite a long time.
Yeah,
Or maybe better to divide the class into two and give like half of the class the first part and the other half the second part.
Well, this is quite a complex situation because what are the things that Sonia has to do after this phone call?
Just call the wife.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Well-
she doesn't have to call the wife, just to give her a message if she calls.
Yeah.
Isn't supposed to be changed the drive?
Yeah.
Revoke it, yeah.
Perfect. Speak to her PA maybe.
Yeah.
And inform her about the.
Yeah. So it's quite a complicated situation, but the reason the reason we did this is that it was actually realistic for her, and it was a real challenge. So.
And I suppose if this is their job, they will maybe know the order more than it's like a normal student.
Yeah, so we looked on the on the language of that. We came back and we did gap fills.
Mhm.
Yeah, is that yes, it's speaking. I was wondering, blah blah. And then the next stage. Okay, that was the version, the chopped up version. And then we had another role play here where one person was the LOT Airlines office in Barcelona. And so we did this phone call where Sonia doesn't have this information and she gets this information and she has to get that information down very, very accurately. Yeah? And of course, if you're Sonia, you're not making the decision, you're getting this information because you have to, at the end, you're going to have to roll this, by Mr. Sikorsky to see what he wants to do. So we do that. And then there's the accommodation issue. Because they're staying the extra night, obviously a couple of nights. This is the information from the hotel. And then she has to phone Mr. Sikorsky giving all that information. And there's another spanner in the works. Mrs. Sikorsky phones from Poland. Yeah, so you can see there's multiple phone conversations, lots of, quite a complex situation. And then here's a note. The grammar's fine, but there's some information that's wrong they have to correct. And follow up to that. Okay. Yeah, after your phone call with LOT Airlines, this is the message you passed to Mr. Sikorsky, but you have to complete it, with these, find the gap for these words. And another one after the hotel, but you can see they're getting more and more difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's an everyday occurrence for a PA.
Yeah.
This, flights here, there, and everywhere, and messages flying everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so could you look at the next page? It says telephone in many situations. I'll just read the first 4 scenarios. And I'd like you to write one of the others at the bottom. Just create rebukes, booking flights, persuasion, or if you want to invent something else, just write the little situation as simple as the ones you have to do. But think of something that might be credible for students that you have or students that you know. That's got you thinking.
Just one correct, rebuke means refusal, no?
No, rebuke is when you're telling somebody off.
Really?
Mm.
Alright, there's a new one.
I also thought it was refusal.
It's one of those words, I thought it was refusal, no?
I thought it was also, yeah.
Maybe that's to rebut. No.
Rebuttal is an answer.
Right.
Counter. I did this correctly. I'm doing a situation, right?
Just creating
a situation. All right, yeah.
That's all.
I'm seeing everybody.
Not writing the script.
Okay.
Sorry. Does anyone want some water? I'm gonna go get some.
Yes, please, yes.
I'll bring room temperature. Anyone wants?
Mix, please.
Mix.
Cold. With a splash of gin. Just how I roll. Well, it could be sangria, but I'm not a beach, so that's gin. Not easy in a capsulated form.
You want one, no? One per person.
Yeah, I know Amy's written 4, but that's okay. No, she's written 4.
She's the scenario queen.
Good Lord, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Making us look bad. So
Always check your instructions.
She wants a pen. She wants a pen, a free pen.
Okay. I like my idea, whether it'll work or not, I don't know.
I just got all of them.
That's great, yeah. So if you can persuade me, Bobby, stop copying, he's stealing.
All properties, Steph.
But Amy, if you want to think about the train time.
What about if you buy it? Feel free to put it. I bought my house, no you didn't.
That's fine. Anna's in the other office preparing things for the next school year.
Okay,
Instead it's gonna be in and out.
The next phase of this, I'd like you in a moment, but not yet, to pass what you've written to the person sitting on your right. But the person who receives it will look at it from the point of view as a teacher and think, yeah, is this situation explained clearly enough for me to be able to give this to some students and for them to do this situation?
No. The difficulty is really my
Handwriting.
Pass it to
Absolutely.
your right.
Which one would you like?
Sorry, Sam, you got to pass to the right, but you might need a translator for my handwriting.
Mine is valid. Mine is, you could put yourself in a.
I did too. I don't know if this is really
I know.
appropriate. Maybe maybe
You wanna
students
read
would
it?
want to talk about this.
No. Your task is to evaluate this.
Did you read it?
task, yeah. Is it clear enough to?
And is
Reluctant.
reluctant.
They need to convince B to change his mind to accept it.
Yeah, I understood it.
I think you need to like put a couple more things in there, like the company talking. What do you think?
Yeah.
You know,
I give feedback.
Give the person some feedback on
What is
their
this?
work.
I think this
Okay.
is in general.
Personal
It's
assistant.
good.
Oh.
I just
Scribble
Thank you,
quickly.
Sam.
Quickly.
I don't understand.
Don't write
Quite
quickly.
like the
Yeah,
The personal assistant agrees with that.
Yeah.
As the sound of the boss is not a good idea, so therefore he's trying to, before he accepts the offer, to listen to me, my offer.
Okay, so.
So he
But
has to
I'll
convince
explain that a little bit
the
more,
boss.
but I
No.
just didn't
B's
understand.
boss change, B is,
He's trying to accept another company's offer.
but B is the personal assistant, the boss, and A is
And
the
and agrees with
For
the
example,
A.
one thing that was talk about, and then like, why was it during the one information, so that way they can think of some ideas.
The
and
idea
also
is you need
use
to
them
tell me
think, say,
how
this
feasible you
and
think that is to
develop.
try to.
okay, this is okay actually, because they need to brainstorm ideas, right? And brainstorm language of persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specific.
Second one's better than the first one.
Yeah, this one's kind of,
Okay, it's okay. The second one has better.
It's okay.
This is really, I have two students who
how could this one be better?
Okay.
like persuasion.
Which one's better?
It's nice
Yeah,
and simple.
how could this one be
I think
better?
I just need more things to happen.
It's too general.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. My limited opinion.
Yeah, I'm a very good, I like,
I think it was like this, the first information and then
You give them feedback?
Yes.
Yeah.
By now.
You receive feedback?
Yes.
It gives them at least a way to develop also, which is something to think about.
for this one, I would probably, because it's a phone conversation, I would suggest that they have like a list in front of them. They both are writing
Okay,
and conversing, so they go through the list.
okay,
Because this is more like strategizing over the phone.
okay, true.
Okay, so what was your preparation time for that?
30 seconds.
3 minutes.
I like, those are the ones I like, yeah, those, yeah, 30 seconds, 3 minutes, I can relate, I can relate to that. Okay, and then, you know, the next stage would be, okay, maybe you cover the situations with the students in the class, and you say, okay, why don't you write one now? Something that's realistic for you, just a scenario. And so, you know, suddenly if you've got 4 students, you've got 4 scenarios, you can touch up the language and the scenarios. Okay, right, let's do yours, bam, bam, yeah. Okay, we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it on the mobile phones or back to back or internal phones, whatever we have. Let's do that situation. Let's correct, you know, put in some input and teach, put, you know, work on the language. Okay, let's do it again. Now let's do your situation.
Notoriously, in my experience, it's difficult to get ideas out of people. Like,
Yeah,
to get them just to go, if you give them the idea, so you give them the sort of synopsis of the idea, they can sort of run with it a little.
But also if you
They're
present
not
two at the
terribly-
start, if you do 2 role plays.
Yeah, and then they ask them to develop, we'll get them
I've done it like
thinking
in
into it,
the cafe, and you've given them some expressions, and it's like, okay, you don't always say the same thing. I want you to write the same situation, but change all the expressions. And then they're like, okay, and if I could say, could you, I can also say, can you, or whatever. So,
Yeah,
Absolutely, but just like the bones of this and then just get, okay.
yeah,
It's like to get them to give you the bones is,
Get them to think of 10 conversations they've had at work in the last week. And, I mean, you can start saying, well, how many phone calls do you make? How many phone calls do you receive a day at work? 10, 20? I mean, 10 will probably be quite a small number, I think.
I was
And
trying to get
then,
the girls to
and then,
do
and then, okay, and what was the purpose of that call that you made or that you received? Well, somebody was complaining that that the goods that they received were wrong, or somebody was wanting to check a price, or somebody found a mistake in whatever. It's okay, let's look at that, and then you say, okay, well, let's call that bam, bam, bam. You give it a little functional label, create a little situation. Just like that, these 25, 30 words. They're getting a little bit of writing in class too, as they create this. But it's coming from their own experience. And if they ask you questions, it's because it's the language they want to learn. So the need for that language is emerging from the learners. And on that profound note, I think let's stop for coffee.
I think what's interesting about everybody